Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. I'm your host, one of your hosts. I'm Noe Pedro Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week, my brother Pedro.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Pedro Ruiz, the creative technologist here at Adafruit, and every week we come to bring creative designs featuring components from Adafruit.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, this is the show where we combine 3D printing, DIY electronics, and put them together and make inspired your project for you guys at home or in the shop or in the garage. Pedro, what's on the show today?
Every week we have a lovely assortment of segments. We start off every week with
what are we
prototyping. It's what we've been working on for the past 2 weeks now.
2 weeks now, yeah. Last week we had a break. We had a day off from the show. We were babysitting, but it was fun. We got a new machine in the shop.
After that, we're going to take a look at layer by layer. It's when we take a look at some of the CAD techniques that we are discovering every day in pretty 3D printing.
You keep switching it. Like, come on. Now you're the one who's taking up.
Journey.
So Shop Talk, we talk about the shop. And then Q&A, where we answer your questions from YouTubes.
That's right.
Okay, do you want to do the coupon?
Coupon
Coupon code. Why is it D20?
That's this week's very awesome project.
I forgot to bring it with me. Sorry, folks. It is an awesome project. Check it out. Phil B. Huge, awesome, big thanks to Phil B, who came up with the project, wanted to collaborate with us, and he frankly did a bang app job. He is the dragon, and he freaking slayed this project like a dragon.
Very awesome. Definitely check out the video for that. It comes out this. It's already came out.
It's already came out.
It's already out.
It's already released in the
It was
public.
released like at 9.
D20 will get you 10% off your order in checkout.
That's right, and in any order over $200, and you get free UPS shipping. The code does not work on gift certificates or software, and it expires at 11:59 p.m. tonight. So definitely take advantage. Check it out.
Okay, let's jump into what are you prototyping. This is a massive Raspberry Pi project. How big is this thing?
This is a 10-point-inch Raspberry Pi with all the components on the inside. You have built-in 66 milliamp hour battery. We have a Raspberry Pi 2. Even got a little camera in there. We got a 10-inch driver for this, which is right over here, and it all fits in a compact little design like this. We got the Wi-Fi and the keyboard on there, up there. Of course, you can combine this with something like a little Kano keyboard.
Whoa!
Have yourself a nice little portable.
Are you gonna make a laptop?
Raspberry. Yeah, you can definitely make a laptop out of this. This is like step one, getting all the components and all that figured out. But it's so simple that, you can add a little tripod adapter on there, just have our Manfrotto on here, and it's simple to just have a little compact display. I was gonna do a laptop, but once looking at it, with having this closed on, there's gonna be. I mean, it's already pretty chunky.
Yeah, I can see us using this in the shop right behind us here, managing our printers, having different tabs on there, being able to have a nice big screen. So this is 1200 by 800. It's like the high resolution IPS screen, yeah?
Yeah, it's super high res. The viewing angle on this is very good.
You even put a Raspberry Pi camera in there just to throw it in there?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're going to be able to take selfies, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely you can update this design, have it be on the front, or even have two maybe somehow. Maybe have like a
Do you have speakers?
USB. Yeah, so printing out another version of that. The speaker's going to go right in there.
Dang.
And very cool.
How did you print? How do you print something this massive?
So you're definitely going to need a ginormous printer for this. We're using the Type A machine back there, which can print at 305 cubed. Very awesome. You got some footage here of me putting it together. This is what the inside of this guy looks like. We have
There's the Type A machine. We're chooching away.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there's an upgrade that we'll talk about.
That's a modify, a little addition we'd add to that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the scale of this, none of the printers can print this except
This is a big part, folks. And what I like that you did is that you made a lot of cutouts in there so that you saved a bunch of material and time. You've seen me do that on my boards and things, but
I'm actually going to leave it that way and just put
it's like air vents.
Yeah, put like a back cover on this like that, so it's just more easy.
Yeah, that
and pretty cool if you need to have these exposed for whatever reason. So very cool,
Of course, you have all the port openings for all the ports. You can get to the SD card and things.
Very cool. Yeah, this will be, I think, next week's project or week after, and of course, we'll cover some cool CAD techniques that we learned along the way.
Of course.
As always.
One last thing I wanted to talk about is the cool thing about this. The way you mounted the display is that there's these little tabs on the side of the display, and you made sort of these little platforms, these little standoffs with no holes in them.
Yeah. I can't find the itty bitty little screws that we use. They're so tiny.
You're looking at them there.
440, 1/8, and they're just so tiny. You won't even be able to see it if I did have them to show them up.
Yeah, I would have to spend like 5 minutes focusing. But it's awesome that you sort of combated a way to fasten the prototyping process.
Switch to that again.
Oh.
Just want to be able to show the scale of these because it doesn't really do it justice just seeing it here by itself. So sort of the family of.
Oh man, this is the lineage
so
of
we
like
have
Raspberry Pi projects.
so we've made a 5-inch, we've made a 7-inch, and now we got this ginormous.
Yeah, you know what all we're missing, right? All we're missing is this right here.
That's right. We're working on a teeny tiny one as well. The smallest. This is a 2.2, 5, 7, and 10.1.
Whoppers. So we have the whole family of Raspberry Pi projects. This has the A+ on it, and like Pedro says, the TFT. So there's the whole lineup of Raspberry Pi projects.
So we'll come a couple weeks after the.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this a little bit more. I got a cool layer by layer for you folks on this one. But now we're going to shift gears to Pedro's Instagram, because he's got an awesome thing to show us here. If you haven't already, folks, follow Pedro on Instagram.
Yeah, that's where I put up all the things I'm working on.
Yeah.
Definitely mute that. If you take a look at this
You
fan
have
shroud.
You have this awesome fan shroud. Tell us
and
about that.
fan. Yeah. So it's a upgraded fan. The
It's a fan
stock
blower.
one that comes with it on there, it sort of just blows down. It's your stock little 40mm fan. Doesn't do a great job with handling overhang. So when on Amazon, there's like the $7 fan blower that we see on the MakerBots, on the FlashForge. It's the way to have an active cooling fan on there. Only thing that was missing was a little fan shroud. So after a couple of attempts, printed this on the Ultimaker that we now have in the shop. So using a printer to upgrade another printer.
Oh, wow.
Just printed the bracket to hold the blower and the little fan shroud there. Little tricky part there.
How many parts is it in
It's
total?
just 2 little parts. There's
Just 2 parts.
you use the existing screws that are on there to screw it on, and the shroud just snaps right in. A couple of attempts to get the airflow just right so it didn't cool the heat block and the nozzle at the same time. So it's just, the angle, you just had to get that right. So it's just hitting just the print. But very cool upgrade that you guys can get. I'll release this.
I can't get over how massive this layer is, folks. If you've ever seen a printer, you know it's
ginormous.
incredibly challenging to print something this leveled. This is why this is the most beautiful first layer I've ever seen. This is cool. So you're going to release the parts on Thingiverse, and people will be able to have a go at this too. Here's you printing a
doing some tests.
doing some tests. Okay.
Differences between with and without.
That could be a Chargito case.
Yeah. So that'll be released soon.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, cool beans. Type A machine, of course, is what we're looking at. Okay, we're gonna go back to the overhead and shift gears to layer by layer stuff. And, oh man, I had to be upside down. Oh, I was doing so good, then upside down.
Very awesome parametric
Yeah.
little template that you're
That
working
is so
on.
small, man, Jesus. Okay, so if you know me, I've been printing a lot of board testers. Every time we make a project, we want to prototype the standoffs and things. So I've been experimenting with not using screws now, but using pegs. Pegs are just these little these little cylinders that pop out of the standoffs. And typically, I wasn't able to do this. When I first tried doing this with the replicator and using Makerware, I could never get this to work. It could never
Tiny
work.
little things never work. Even if you had like extra models to sort of have it go and cool down.
Makerware just couldn't do it too right. Maybe Simplify can do it really well, but I've been testing this on the FlashForge using Simplify 3D and on the Ultimaker 2.
Both came out.
It works really nice.
Beautifully.
I love this. This is friction snap fit, and they're pretty strong. I haven't been able to. I've been careful, but I haven't snapped these off yet.
No,
and
these
they work really well.
Are very sturdy under the way that it's doing the tool path on there. They snap in very good, and they are sturdy.
Yeah. So the screen, same thing. It's using that same thing, the same pegs. So that's that's the first part of this bit. Now the second part is that
The amazing part about this.
all of these parts were printed with the same design, with the same file. All I've done is I've changed the board width, and everything sort of just parametrically gets updated. So that is a really cool way to sort of speed up your prototype and have a template, really, especially with these type of boards, because these boards have 4 standoffs and they're mirrored, so it's symmetrical. So you can make a design that's driven by sketches and then sort of assign rules to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys in CAD on how I set it up or how quick it is to change it after the fact. So let me go to our screen capper here.
Of course, this is layer by layer segment now.
Yeah, layer by layer. If you haven't noticed, we're layering now. Okay, so this is the design that you just saw. The deal about this, the cutout is again to save material and stuff, but here's what I can do. So I can come in here, I can double click on my sketch to edit it, and then I'm presented with all the dimensions that I have set for it. So this is a board that's 30 by 40. Well, there's a new board that just came out and it's like 22 by 14. So what happens, or 22 by 25, whatever arbitrary number I can enter. And I've updated that and you can see all the standoffs stay in the same place. The cutout is like symmetrically in the same spot and everything's just updated. The even cooler thing is when I hit stop sketch, the freaking solid gets updated without me having to re-extrude anything.
This is a ginormous time saver.
That's awesome, and that's because the model has been extruded out of the sketch, and everything gets updated with it. So it knows exactly the tallness of the standoffs, the tallness of the pegs. So it's really cool. I'm going to have a layer by layer on this next week where you guys can check out on how to put it together. I just want to show you a sneak peek of it now, and definitely going to be using this moving forward. And check out Fusion 360. It's actually free. There is a trial, but it's a little miscommunicated that it's actually free, even after the trial. For anyone who's a maker, a hacker, or in a business that makes under $100,000, it is actually free. Other cool apps out there too. You'll see on the blog we have like a top 3
like
CAD tips.
Onshape, 123D.
Oh yeah, and Tinkercad. We're how we started.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff. So check that out next week. I'm really excited about it if you haven't told. And I think
Of course, this only
it
works with
there.
symmetric board design. Some of the designs, like I think the
Oh,
Power
yeah, you
Boost
can take away,
1000
though,
is
from it.
not symmetrical at all. So
No, it isn't. But you could at least then you can have different constraints set to it, and then do it that way. But it's still really cool.
it's a ginormous time
yeah.
saver.
Okay.
Nonetheless.
Next up, we're gonna do
Shop talk.
Shop talk.
We got a new printer in the house.
We do have a new printer in the house. So over the week, over last week, we got the Ulti Maker, which is
We've been working on trying to get these in the shop for over a year now.
Here it is.
Finally, they come in.
yay! Look at Gavin. He's so happy that we got it. So tell me about the Ulti Maker.
Yeah, so this is a very compact designed printer for relative to the build size. So it's a 230 by 225 by 203 in build size.
pretty
And the design aesthetics on this and the materials that they chose to build this out of is super high quality. I mean, it's glass, heated bed, the fan blowers on that has on this. There's 2 on each side, so it handles overhangs, like a champ. The glass build plate comes on top, printer in the middle, and then the little power supplies are on the bottom there. So very simple, compact little design, and of course comes with the 285 millimeter spool. So it is a Bowden, and it even comes with spare parts. So here you have an extra nozzle and the PETF tubing that has guides the filament into the nozzle.
Okay.
Interesting fact: you can modify this to use 175.
All right.
We had a couple of the 175 tubes left over from the Lowesbot Taz. We did the conversion on that, and a lot of people on the forums are saying that you just need that tube and changing the software in the diameter inside your Cura.
That's great because we have a lot of 175 filament, a lot of different exotic filaments are more
And
offered
people
in
were saying that it was
175.
operating a lot better at 175,
It's even
like
better.
less
Okay.
stress on the motor and all that. So very awesome little cool thing there.
Okay, we'll be
this
experimenting
was,
with that, yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of see there that this was designed in the Netherlands, but was assembled in the USA by a company named Fabricate. And if you just keep rolling there, we can see the rest of this as we're setting it up and turning it on for the first time. The look of this thing, I mean, prints when you're doing like a time lapse or just video for this.
We have a time lapse that we'll show in a little bit, but
This looks like a
light box.
like a light soft box. Like it is completely all lit up. They put the LEDs in the proper spaces. Just the way the white panels on the side just sort of illuminate everything on the inside, and the way that the nozzle is, you can actually see your print when it's printing. A lot
the
of the
most
printers.
nicely lit 3D printer I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, there's
Yeah, and the
there's more to
frosted
that.
edges make it look really
Yeah,
nice too
continue.
as well.
Yeah, so like we were saying, just how compact this is, and we have it here next to the Type A machine, just to, for scale. It's so itty bitty compared to how big it's able to print. The UX design that went into the software for the LCD screen is phenomenal. I mean,
it's pretty bouncy. It's really nice.
They wrote a lot of
smooth.
custom code to get.
Plus, it's an OLED, so it's really bright in every angle. So I like that.
It's viewable at
edge lit.
Right at the
dial.
edge. Yeah, a lot of the other printers, you got to be sort of at a different angle to see the LCD.
It's really good at sort of operating, untethered. So
By
you
itself,
can do
yeah.
a lot of settings and adjustments live while it's printing. You can adjust speeds. You can change filament, which is really nice. You don't get that in a lot of other printers that don't have a control face on there. So it's really integrated really well into it. Tell me a little bit about the bed.
So here we're just doing the leveling on this, which, oh man, thank God it is. Yeah, there's no, auto, Z probe funkiness. So it's just the thumb screw that works, excellent. So you can level it while it's printing and adjust, do fine adjustments to that. It's what we want.
So you can
once we set it up,
if you want to do like a custom bed, like a printed a zebra plate,
exactly,
or you can build tack or painter's tape like we've done here too. It's easy to adjust it, guys.
And once it's set up, it is, it's pretty much set.
Yeah.
It's not going to move. Everything is all metal. There's not one 3D printed part on this thing.
Okay.
And again, like we were saying, you have access to changing a lot of the parameters while it's printing. Yeah. So yeah, like retraction rate, the length, the material flow, of course LED, all that cool stuff. But yeah, just the program that's going on into the screen.
So what's going on here? Bowden.
Yeah, so of course with all printers, you
can get a clog.
Right away, we got a clog. It was, I think the bed was a little bit too tight. The tensioning on the motor for the feeder was a little too tight. As well. And then we were getting wavy
Everything
prints.
was too tight. Like
we were getting wavy prints, yeah. So on the X, I didn't have it here, the cup that the example cup that was on there printed and started going over to the side.
So here's what happens when it grinds it, right? So you can, it's ground and it can't move because it's too cold at the hot end, it's too tight at the hot end, and the tension's too too tight.
190 degrees never seems to work here.
Yeah.
You always have to print like at 220, 230.
Oh yeah, nice and hot.
Yeah. So it was pretty simple. Just remove the covering for the motors here, and we just adjusted the tensioning on the feeder.
Really easy to take apart the feeder. It's designed in a way where you can take it apart really easily.
And you just move the head around so you can feel,
the tightness. Is that how you found
of
out?
it? Okay. Yeah. So it was nice and smooth.
So there's a tooth gear or pulley.
That was the other thing. That was actually loose on there, so I had to tighten that up.
Oh, that was loose. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Fabricate's still, getting their feel on how to put these together. Yeah. So, but after that, I'm happy that's how easy it was. There was nothing else.
And it's documented too on their website, very nicely too. So we felt like we were in good hands, so we knew what to do.
Yeah, this is definitely what you're paying for, and of course they are the guys who developed Cura, which is what every other printer manufacturer.
Yeah, and the new version of Cura we've been testing out is super solid, really nice, especially
there were some crashes, but it's pretty good for the most part. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So now
and
let's take a look at the time
lapse. After we did that, it's printing beautifully now. Overhangs are no problem for this because of the two fans on each side. It's able to handle that like a champ, and the speed on this is pretty good. We're printing here at 90 millimeters a second, and the part's pretty good. You can see here, this is actually designed by Wayne, who is the developer of the Printed Z, the Zebra plates. It's a tablet holder. You can actually use it with your phone or any of the screens here too. It's pretty cool. It just looks like a bunch of chains.
Yeah. So this is on Thingiverse, so you guys can check it out. We shared it on the blog too.
Yeah.
I really like this print.
This is a very good test on overhangs and support material. He did it in SolidWorks and Mesh Mixer.
Oh,
very awesome.
Okay, well that's
we have them in stock.
Look at the Ultimaker 2. We have them in stock now, and guess what, folks?
10% off. If you use coupon code D20, you'll also get free shipping on that. And I think a Prima Proto as a freebie as well.
Yeah, there's all sorts of freebies going on. So now that was Shop Talk. Now we're going to take a look at the next segment. This is our last segment, folks. This is the Q&A. This is where we answer your questions from the YouTubes. Did I say that right? The YouTubes.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask on any of the videos and we will get to them.
We will get to them. All right, so we got a little bit of questions here from the
First up,
yes, thank you. This is from Alice Sato. Recently, I upgraded my Printabout Simple Metal Z axis to 10 inches. I changed the build volume in the Repair host, but when I attempted to print Link Sword, it stopped at exactly 6 inches. That's the old build volumes max. Any ideas on what might be happening? Yes, we do have an idea.
Took a little bit of digging around. They don't make it easy for you, and there's some like little misleading
No, it's
links
fine.
around.
So
but
you definitely want to try reflashing your firmware, and of course using the M211 command and doing the access at a time. So if you look on learn or help.printerbot.com and do a quick search, you will see somebody has a similar problem and perfect answer. And there's a couple other answers too, but it's as simple as sort of flashing it and doing that access at a time. Yeah.
So it's just copy and pasting some of that code in there, and hopefully it works.
Yeah,
So
definitely check it out. And just some more things. There's a lot of answers on their form here too. Okay. Let's go back to the question thing. Thank you, Alice, for that question. Next question is from Mr. What is it, Pedro? Ziontinus Mecanius. This is on the Raspberry Pi, Super Game Pi. Is it possible to create your own games on the Raspberry Pi?
Absolutely.
Totally
There is a couple options out there that you can search for.
Yeah, Pi Game. Definitely Pi Game. Pi Game, this is a set of modules for writing games. It's written on top of the SDL library, and you can create all sorts of cool games on there. Pi Game is a site that has a bunch of tutorials and features a bunch of games too that were written in Python for Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, and definitely
really
check
cool.
out the examples of that, see how those work, modify them, and edit them.
A lot of tutorials too you can search for on writing games in Python. And of course there's Scratch code. A lot of different tutorials on Scratch as well. It's a visual program. You can just drag and drop sort of functions and things.
Like a little node view sort of way that the code works. It's like little puzzle
cool
pieces.
Fun. Also Kano, shout out to Kano. Very cool thing going on there too. Okay, hope that answers the question. That's fun. I really like this question because it's like, yeah, man, definitely create games. I am looking forward to it. JFreak5050 is asking, can you 3D print the parts that would enable you to make a scrap recycler like this? And this is, of course, the Philibot. When we first got the Philibot, we really wanted to see, is it a good, what is the process like? Can we have a lot of failed prints. Can we actually turn those into new filament? And you totally can, but it's a lot of process.
I mean,
a lot of post-processing, a lot of dedication, really.
Yeah, so a lot of the other ones that you see these built out of is
metal.
Wood, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they have like a wooden version. I think there's a reason why. I only see them in wood and metal, because they'll probably melt. You have to have this giant heating screw that's like sort of turning, grinding everything up. So
of course, there's thermoplastics. I mean, that's what we're printing with, but
I just haven't seen any like that, but
it
might work.
It might. Okay. Next question from JBM Graphics. What about polishing creams and cloths? This is on the how to polish copper fill and bronze fill material.
Yep.
We got a
there's definitely a lot of other
suggestion
tutorials
over
out there.
here.
We were trying to cover things that haven't really been covered before, but you can.
So this
Becky
is Rio
actually
Grande.
pointed us to this.
Yeah, this is Rio Grande. Becky has done quite a bit of jewelry and stuff, and this is a recommendation here: Super Sunsheen Burnishing Compound. This is stuff that jewelers use to make their jewelry look really, really shiny.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
definitely check
Pick
that
yourself
out.
up. It's like $6 or $7 or whatever. But yeah, Rio Grande is the site to get that. But yeah, we haven't tried it, but we encourage you guys to check it out and try it for us, and for yourselves. Thank you for the question. Next up, this is going to be question number 5. This one is, what can I do if I don't have a 3D printer? From Miss Jabber, Mariam Jabber. This is a good question. What do I do if I don't have a 3D printer? A lot of our videos have at least one line that says what to do. But in this case, I suggest, of course, checking out your local makerspace or library, or check out a 3D printing service like 3D Hubs. They guys are one of the best directories for folks who have 3D printers that want to make some money and print your stuff for you and send it to you.
Yeah, of course, I got to warn you again that the component
please.
Sizes can change, and you want to be able to make sure that that they know that the tolerances can be different depending on what printer they're using. So
Boards
just keep
too.
that in mind.
Components change. So
all the time. Yeah,
it's good to be able to have an open source design that you can modify.
So this is a little bit more risky in terms of your parts coming in and nothing fits. But it's definitely an option. And of course, school, library.
Okay.
There's options out there.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing. A lot of profiles are set up really nice. So actually, that's Wayne Printing Hub. He's on here. You got a profile, and you can see the prints that they've done. You see the ratings, so you know that they're not going to scam you and stuff. So it's really, really friendly. You're in good hands. Makers really want to make good prints, and they're really really good directory service. So check them out. 3D Hubs. If you don't have a 3D printer, you can always check them out. Get your stuff printed for a couple bucks. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Next one is from PJ. How come you took all of the exterior panels off the Flash Creator Pro? Also, did you print Ninja Flex using the stock extruder?
Yeah, so the panels
Nice
sort
checking,
of can obscure when you're trying
Good
to do like a
catch.
time lapse or shooting video of it. The panels, all they do really is hold the acrylic sort of side so you can print with an enclosed, everything enclosed when you're printing in ABS or higher temperature materials. So we're probably going to take off the side ones as well, just so we can get more
Okay.
like a slider shot or something of it.
But
in
it's
there.
nice that it does have these panels, and it also comes with that kit for enclosing if you want to do like really hot ABS prints.
Yep.
So that's really cool. So how about the Ninja Flex? Any updates and modifications?
Nope, not one. It's right out of the box.
Right out of the box, stock
Extruder works
extruder.
beautifully. Just print at 45 millimeters or slower.
Oh yeah.
And turn off
Retraction
retraction, and that's pretty much it. Print
Okay.
at 230, and you're off to printing flexible filaments.
That's why we really recommend that one too. Be on the lookout for it.
Something about that MK8, 7, 9
I think.
design.
Thank you, PJ, for the question. I think the next question. That's the next question after that. Anyway, next question. Kick Ass Clown is asking: is there any way that I can actually buy this online, but it already built and everything, so I don't have to build it because I don't have good building skills because I'm 14?
Well, you're actually at a perfect age
Oh,
to
yeah.
learn and acquire all those skills.
Yeah, this is really what our hopes is, of course, is to inspire you folks to make these projects. By following the guides on the Adafruit learning system, you pretty much get all the steps on how to do it, properly. And when you learn those building skills along the way, you can then take what you've learned and remix the project or make something custom built for you or for your application, which is really cool. So you got to get started now. It's perfect time, perfect age, and we encourage you and we believe in you.
Go forth and
kick ass clown. Okay, next question. This is from Chas Irish. Will you stock the FlashForge Creator Pro before the end of August, and will the price remain at $1,200?
Yes, hopefully before August. We're hoping they should be
That's the
on
goal?
route, and that's the MSRP price. So yeah, it's probably going to be $1,200. And of course, don't forget,
Folks, you can get 10% off that, plus it's free shipping. So that's a really good deal.
plus you get free goodies like the Promo Proto right
Yeah.
now. So definitely take advantage of that. Not such a good deal for us, but
It's
definitely
great.
good for y'all,
It's
you
still
guys.
it's still funding us. It's still again, you're sponsoring us, folks, by doing that. So please consider it. That's the last question. Thank you, folks, for asking the questions. That was the Q&A. If you have any questions, of course, YouTube it up. Right?
that's right. We will see those bubble up. Just leave
Okay.
a comment on any of the videos.
That's going to be it for the show, folks. Of course, we do have some links that we want you to check out. This week's project is the D20.
That's right, don't
Talking
forget
D20.
that.
Good day, sir, as we say it. So that's on the Adafruit Learning System. You can get it now. It's on Thingiverse and stuff, but you folks probably already know it because it's been up there for a little bit. Google Plus. Check people out on Google Plus.
That's right. Join the show and tell
Join the show
there
and tell.
every Wednesday.
Okay.
3D Thursday. Every Thursday, we got a
That's where
ton
all
of
the
blog posts.
Yeah, stories,
Everything
featured
lives.
customer projects.
Check it out there.
Again, follow Pedro on Instagram. He's at Video Pixel, Pixil, with the IL. And
Follow-
I'm Ekin. And follow Adafruit.
Yep.
Alon's turning it up. Very cool post from him, too. So, again, we want to encourage you guys to check out all the other shows on the Adafruit channel. We're starting off with Wearable Wednesday with Becky Stern. Got a lot of cool projects there. And a lot of helpful stuff on wearable electronics. Then at 7:30, after that, is share your projects, like you were saying, show and tell. You can come and say hi.
Yep.
Share retro gear projects.
We're there
maker
every
spaces.
week showing off
Just
future
about every
projects,
week,
little
yeah.
sneak peeks at things. So stop by and say hi.
Yes, please do. And then, of course, 1 hour full of Lamar and Phil, Ask Engineer, open source, Raspberry Pi, Arduino.
Very
and
awesome
more.
show every week.
New
Jam-packed.
products.
Sometimes
Brand
there's
new
guests. So you check it out every week.
You get to ask your engineering questions as well. Okie dokie, that's going to be it. Again, I'm going to leave you off with that. That's the coupon code. And
Thanks
thank
again
you guys
for
watching.
the community, watching, and
And sponsoring us. Thank you so much. Oops.
Thanks again, guys. See you next week.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
See ya.